Well, I know you guys didn't expect me to talk about PBS Kids, but, well, here we are. If you remember these PBS Kids bumpers, you may have remembered what PBS Kids was in the early to mid 2000s, with PBS Kids main hosts Dash and Dot. But before that, we must go back. Really far back. This is the history of PBS Kids. With some special guests, of course. Now, children's programming on local public programming has been around since PBS's predecessor.
This is NET, the National Educational Television Network.
Okay. Many shows such as Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, NET Playhouse, and even Sesame Street aired on the block. In 1970, NET became PBS, a public broadcasting service, and their children's programmings were labeled for kids. Shows that aired during this time period are The Electric Company, Thomas the Tank Engine, Reading Rainbow, 321 Contact, Sign Time Station, Big Comfy Couch, Kid Songs, Ghost Rider, Long Ago and Far Away, Newton's Apple, Square One Television, and Barney and Friends. In July 11th, 1994, they rebranded it into PTV with the Ready to Learn grant. These are the P-Pals. They represented the PBS logo at the time. You know, this is PBS, woohoo. The style had a very 90s feel to it. Shows that aired during this time period include Arthur, Kraft's Creatures, Some Boobafoo, Bob the Builder, Teletubbies, The Jet Plane, The Hugabub Club, and Theodore Tugboat. On September 6, 1999, PBS Kids was officially launched. Its first new program was Dragon Tales. In conclusion, PBS Kids became what it is on 1999, and in 2004, its older programming was going to PBS Kids Go. In 2008, it got rebranded to make it more preschoolish, and in 2013, it changed its programming and branding to make it more modern, and also in 2022, it got a new logo, which I mainly dislike. Well, oh well. Well, anyways, PBS Kids has gone a long way since 1999, or 1970 for that matter, but you have to be thankful for that. Thank you to everyone for PBS Kids and its predecessors. I'm going to talk about the PBS Kids channels. Let's do it. Now, the PBS Kids channel has been around since the PBS Kids block launched on September 6, 1999. It aired the same programming as the main PBS Kids block. However, it wouldn't last. On September 25th, 2005, the PBS Kids channel would be discontinued in favor of PBS Kids Sprout. Speaking of Sprout, did you know that there was going to be a channel for PBS Kids Go? There were plans to have it, but it was rejected for it being too expensive. In 2017, a new channel was released. Instead of airing only on cable and satellite, it was now had a live stream on the website and on the PBS Kids video app. Even so, most PBS stations had a 24/7 PBS Kids channel before it launched. Let's do it. This is the history of PBS Kids Go. In October of 2004, PBS Kids Go launched and bringing Arthur, Cyberchase and Dragonfly TV to the new block. Maya and Miguel also premiered that same year. It may have premiered with the block, but I can't find a certain date when it first came out. Regardless, the Sid saw shows of its own like the Stein Squad and Fetcher's Rough Roughmen. In 2009, the Green Rainbow Writing Contest was rebranded as PBS Kids Go Writers Contest. But on October 7th, 2013, it was announced that PBS Kids Go will be discontinued for the PBS Kids rebrand, which take place on October 7th.
This is the history of Universal Kids.
Squawk! Hi everybody, and today we are going to be talking about the history of Universal Kids, formerly PBS Kids Sprout. Squawk! And so, on September 26, 2005, the PBS Kids Sprout was launched, replacing the PBS Kids channel. Also in 2012, NBC replaced their Cuba with NBC Kids, a block which aired Sprout shows. And so, on September 9th, 2017, Sprout was renamed to Universal Kids. Sprout wasn't entirely gone though, as Sprout became a preschool morning block on the Universal Kids, which got discontinued in 2018.
This is the history of the PBS Kids preschool block.
On November 14, 2005, PBS announced that a new block would come out in fall 2006. And so, on Labor Day 2006, the block launched. Hosted by Miss Laurie and Hooper, a guinea pig. Shows in Season 1 were Curious George, Clifford the Big Red Dog, Dragon Tales, and It's a Big, Big World. Each day, Miss Laurie and Hooper would try to solve a problem, which was related to a daily curriculum. After Clifford the Big Red Dog, there was a short dance as well as a song, performed by Rebecca Frezza and Big Truck, Milkshake, or Miss Laurie herself. Dash's Game of the Day aired just before Dragon Tales. Dash showed viewers how to play a game on the PBS Kids website. This was the only season to have a theme plot throughout the 2 hours.
So, the second series began on September 3rd, 2007, and introduced Spot to the cast. Dragon Tales was moved to a different time to make room for Super Y, which replaced It's a Big, Big World. Stock Story Factory started the season. Season 3 started on May 19, 2008, and introduced Miss Rosa and Mr. Steve. Miss Laurie still appeared, although less frequently, along with Dot Story Factory. Dash's Secret Treasure replaced Dash's Game of the Day with a matching game. Season 4 started on September 1st, 2008. Sid the Science Kid premiered, pushing Clifford the Big Red Dog into a different time and removing Dragon Tales from the block. Dot's Story Factory was shown at the scene at end of every show rather than one show. Dash's Secret Treasure still aired. New segments were shown around Sid the Science Kid. This was the last season where Miss Laurie appeared in. On October 7th, Peg plus Cat premiered, taking Super Y's time slot from the schedule. Also during that time, PBS Kids got rebranded. PBS Kids Go was discontinued, and the final episode of the PBS Kids preschool block aired.